All right, it's crazy. Listen to a lot of streams yesterday, and just listen to Ashley Bayou Bunny. Um, listen to DS1 yesterday. A little bit of the Bishop, Kendra. I ain't stay too long on Kendra's though. I was getting in and out, and sometime I try to click in, get my little hashtag, but sometimes be moving around, can't touch my phone. Sometimes I actually can't really type, so I just, listen from the clouds. I go ahead. First thing I do when I always start a video, I go ahead and hit that like, click back over, and if I got time, I go ahead and throw it in there. But if not, I just listen, you know. But in the craziness of me making this topic, who owned the building, the Black Manosphere, it ain't nothing but for click. Because to be honest, I'm not talking about who owned the building. I'm actually referring to who's in here building the building, who's doing the work, you know, the guys on the ground, setting up the foundation and, going from there. That's who I'm based. That's what this video is basically based on. More than nothing but just clickbait. Because I know people gonna come over here. I know they're gonna have their little, talks. I know they're gonna have their little issues where they want to bring fire. Oh, you talking about this guy? Nah, I ain't doing none of that. Just clickbait. But for the most part, the people in this space, you got some of the brightest. Then you got some of the worst. The people over here, you know, it's not even just getting a paycheck over here in this space. It's about being disingenuous and pushing false narratives. You know, you find a niche and you run with it. Those are the ones I'm talking about. You know, I've always said, I'm driving, so you're gonna hear that noise if you heard it. But I've always said that when it come down to this space, I'm here for the knowledge. I'm here to, learn stuff and teach. You know, that's one of the main reasons why I started my channel was to kind of teach the youth because I say this a lot, and if you don't know, my channel is based on family and just generational wealth. Trying to push people in direction of leaving something for the kids, not leaving debt, but leaving stuff for the kids to where they can have something to build a legacy, signs of inheritance for the next generation. You know, if I can put it to where my grandkids will have some money, that'd be awesome for me. Generational wealth, they talk about it in the Bible. You know, you see throughout, not just in America, but throughout the world, how generational wealth plays a major role in the survival of, your family. And building the structure, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes knowledge, and a lot of people coming in with no knowledge, no patience, and just want the money. I don't mind, like, before my Cash App drop, I didn't mind giving, like, if I literally pull all the Cash Apps, I spent, I'm just going to say I spend a lot of money. I mean, there's guys who I like, I just don't do the super chat because it's taking the money away. I just decided I'd rather not, give any more money. until I get some things situated with my Cash App and other stuff. But other than that, nobody can't never say I didn't give no money to anybody. I didn't support channels. I didn't support people. I was the first one. Like my dude, dang, I just forgot his name. Mike. I think what's this? Mike Shannon. I can't think of his last name, but basically he I had a video say he never got a Cash App, and I was like, well, I never seen Cash App up there. So soon as he said that, he had the Cash App in the corner. I sent him a Cash App right then and there. He's like, man, this is the first time I ever got a Cash App, you know. And a lot of people don't understand. If you don't ask for the money, nobody's giving it to you. Some people just like to go and listen to the content, but if you don't ask for the money, nobody's gonna give it to you. You know, and this is focusing on the construction. You need money in order to, for the materials to make the building. You know, you need some type of knowledge and know-how, so when you're building the building, you know what you're doing. You know, you're gonna have to have some type of know-how on the structure, building the foundation. We all know the story of the three little pigs and how they built the houses. And, the solid foundation stood the test of time. And a lot of guys who making content, they not doing it from the aspect from what this is, the Black Manosphere. They're doing it just to, for other purposes. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not even gonna go run into that. That's a whole nother situation, whole nother wall to break down. But basically, like I said, this video just mainly focus on the construction of the Manosphere. I know when I put that title up, I'm gonna get a lot of guys come over. Oh, he talking about this person. There ain't none of that. It's more or less focused on the construction. Like I said, it's just for clickbait. I know I put that up there. It's gonna be some people jump on and yeah, he talking about somebody. Let's juicy gossip. Told you, man, like loving hip hop over here, man. You got a lot of people just come for the gossip, but then people who know my channel, they know what I'm doing over here. They know what I'm representing family, generational wealth. I always talk about it. You know, I do like did a video called "As the Manosphere Turns," like as the world turned, the soap opera. That was a clickbait, you know. And they go, oh man, look at the title. Uh-oh. But like I said, a lot of guys over here, we here to build something. In some cases, I start looking at it saying, okay, yeah, we got it, man. Then in other cases, I see other videos that we go losing it again. You know, the young guys coming up without pops, they confused right now. They getting played left and right. You know, they don't know the keys to success. You know, uh, shout out to was it Father Time and DS1 pumping the 10 life value system. Shout out to Gold Professor and his 9 laws of self-govern. I be over there heavy with Gold Professor. He talks about those 9 laws of self-government. And, you know, rule number one, like you can't even get past rule number one, discipline. That's the first with in and everything that you're gonna do is discipline. You need discipline to be in a relationship. You need discipline just to go to school and study. You need the type of discipline with money. You need discipline just in general. And I'm not gonna be too long here because I'm gonna go shoot over Gold Professor at 8:30 Eastern time. But when it comes down to it, man, a lot of guys in this space, we here to, you know, pass judgment. We here to ridicule guys. We here to, just with the funnies, joning and stuff. It's cool. But we need to keep the mindset of building, man. Helping some of these guys who don't know. Helping some of these guys who've been lost, you know, because there's a lot of dudes in this space, man. They need some guidance, man. These guys are just off, man. Like this whole even thing with the bonnet situation, where you have guys running around like, what is your purpose for wearing a bonnet? Like, how are you trying to save the black women? I be joning and calling them sister brothers and stuff like that. But I mean, to me, it's funny like that. Like, bruh, like really? That's why I call dudes sister brothers that be, trying to defend the women. It's one thing I defend women all day. You know, I've been classified as the Pookie. I mean, not the Pookie, but the simp, because I invest in women who, I'm not in relationship with. Hell, one time I jumped out and changed the woman tire on the highway. Just riding by, seen her at a flat tire, jumped out. You good? She like, now I need my tire changed. Cool, I got you. Changed the tire, went on about my way. We here in this space, most guys we gotta stop doing that. Yeah, she had roadside. They was gonna take too long. I just went on here and knocked it out for her. It wasn't nothing. But a lot of guys, we gotta start looking at, man. Going back to that could be your mama, that could be your auntie or something like that. A lot of men will say one thing and do another. And that's what kills me. Even in this space, we push. Oh, you slid by me, Gold P. I ain't see you. But a lot of things in this space, we push. The women gonna have to suffer for a minute in order for us to gain some type of, balance within the system and in the nature. Yeah, that's cool. But my biggest thing I keep pushing, the biggest thing I keep pushing for the most part is, what are we gonna do? Like, how these things are gonna be structured? You know, how are we going to benefit ourselves? Meantime, where's the money? Because like I keep pushing this net all the time. If if most of these men in this space say they're not gonna get married, they're not dealing with the women, cool. Let's stop making videos about them. Cause all you're doing is making them famous. You pumping their head up. Let's go ahead and make videos on helping the brothers get wealth, get better in life. Because my thing is this: I'm not gonna tell no young man not to deal with no woman. I went through the process. I dealt with women. Most of the guys who, in the space, they dealt with the women. So I'm not gonna tell no young man, hey man, nah. I'm gonna tell you to move carefully because I know when I was younger, I was, I was digging in, early 20s, teens, man, I was trying to knock them down. But as I got older, a little bit over 20, I said a little bit 22 or so, because I did everything. I was going to the clubs when I was 16 years old. That stuff didn't phase me. Like by the time I got like either close to 21, before I could actually really was legal to go in most clubs, I got burnt out from going to the club. I started going to lounges. My partner's like, let's go to a lounge, man. It's cool, laid back. You drink. I got tired of all the fighting. I got tired of getting into fights. That stuff got old to me, you know. And a lot of people don't understand, man. Over time, stuff get played out, and you got to look at it from going another angle. So I always speak to the bill, you know. I always speak to the bill because if you're not going to be in a relationship with a woman, you still got to get your money right. You still got to be able to support yourself. Go P spoke on this. Hospice care when you're elder, it costs. There's family members. men and women who didn't marry, didn't be in a relationship with people. Most of them end up dying in the house. Nobody knew because they were called, but it's like nobody really checked on that person like that because they had their own family and situation to worry about. Every so often you'll check on that single uncle, single auntie. Other than that, you out there by yourself alone. Man, you got there eating your Hunger Man dinner, or you chefing it up, cooking it for yourself, or have some food for tomorrow. Same thing with the women, but you still need money for hospice when you get older. Who's gonna wipe your butt? You know, you have an illness to where you have to go into the hospital or go into rehab because you broke your leg. When you get older, it's gonna take time for it to heal. Who's gonna be there for you? We need to speak on that. Helping these young brothers, if they gonna go that route, they gonna need somebody there for them. You know, Same thing if you're married, same concept. You need to figure out why when you're married and how you're married, like what's gonna be the process. Like teaching young men, working with your wife, you know, you guys on the same page, communicating with each other, you know, learning the keys to where when you're in a situation, don't be blowing up. Most guys they have this old way of thinking to where my way or the highway, and you don't this and you don't that. Most women they'll put up with that. But over time, when the money runs out or when the money gets dry or short, that's when they leave. Man, I've been with this woman for 20 years and man, she treated me like this. But then when you go back and she say, yeah, we was together for 20 years, but you treated me like shit. You try to boss up on me all the time and you talk to me this way. I didn't like it. You change. From a guy standard, that's how a man's supposed to talk. That's how a man's supposed to be. If your woman ain't comfortable with it, just know she's gonna leave you when you get older. Like you set that up for yourself, bro. You can't say, "Oh, these women ain't nothing." The way you handle that situation now is the way the outcome towards the end is gonna be. So you got to look at that. And it's women too. I ain't saying I ain't giving them no pass. They do their thing. Like I said, that sometimes marriage is supposed to last forever. You know, death till you part. But some people have an aspect of marriage only lasting 10, 15 years. You know, Guys got to start asking these women, you know, what do you see yourself 20 years down the line? If they start, yeah, I'm gonna be making money, have a house, and this and that, and and she never say what we gonna do is what I'm gonna do. You already know who you got. You know who you're dealing with. Accept it. But going back to focusing on the building, like I keep saying, you know, we gotta have this space built to where when the young men come in here, they know how to move. Even with the older men, there's older men that still act like kids, still haven't grown in. I don't know how to put this. Grown into the aspect of their adulthood. Just basically, you know, they still acting childish. There's no reason a 40, even a 50-year-old man is sagging. What are you implying? The game been good to you? You gonna ride this thing out? Come on. You know, you should be teaching the young man how to build something. You should be teaching the young man, some type of skills. Showing them how to budget. With the money. I talked about this on the screen one time where the banking system they took they talked to the schools and the system about the books and everything. They took all this check balancing, finance, learning about stock, all that stuff for the most part out of the schools. There's certain teachers that still push it, but they do it up under the table because some kids need it. To be honest, if you knew about stocks when you was a young kid, look how better your life. Look at all the stuff that we had as young kids. If I knew about stocks, I would have invested in Nike a long time ago. If I knew about certain, stocks. I would invest in parts like auto parts. I looked up the other day, AutoZone, like 17,000. You know, I would invest in all these like Apple and all that stuff when they was coming up. I would invest in it because I knew about it. Even with Bitcoin, I heard about Bitcoin back in the day. I would have invested in Bitcoin, but the thing is, I didn't have that knowledge of investing in the market. You know, I learned a little bit about forex, but it was up and down, so I just got out of it. You know, I didn't know about longevity, putting your money in there, set it and forget it. You know, that's what we gotta start building to the youth. We gotta start teaching them stuff like this. Not only with our boys, we gotta teach our girls too. Because guys they keep talking about, "Oh, I want sons and this and that." All right, cool. But what if you get a daughter? You gotta teach your daughter not to be a hoe. Because I mean, other than that, we complain about the women, but then we let our daughters run wild. You're initially causing a problem of having a young lady go out here and be the one that the type of woman that you don't like. You don't want none of your sons dealing with, but you'll let them go out there and do that. Same thing with the boys. Initially, the women always talking about ain't no good men out here, but then they'll let their son go out there and run around, be players, and wild out. But then they'll complain ain't no good men out here. Guess who's raising these ain't shit kids? The parents. They're not teaching them no kind of values. They're not teaching them nothing to carry on over to building some type of legacy, anything. All they telling them is graduate high school, get out my house, and get a job. You know, that's always been taught throughout all the generations. Nothing's focused on until you make this commitment on school, the military, or getting a job. I told my son, those are your three choices: college, military, or get your job. And if you get a job, I go ahead and help you get an apartment because they need to learn that sense of independence. You know, and sometimes you want your kids to fail to kind of see how hard it is, but in other times you want them to succeed because you taught them better. You showed them the way. But I'm about to go ahead and jump off because Gold P about to come on and about to get on over there, troll his channel. But man, it's keys out here, man. We gotta focus on the keys at hand, man, and listen and know who and what we're listening to. The structure of the building in which we're trying to build for ourselves. You know, hey Kareem, I'm about to get ready to swing over the Gold P. I'm about to get ready to end this, but like I just gonna close with this. Like I keep saying, my channel is basically focused on family and generational wealth. That's why I always talk about life insurance because if I don't make it to be a millionaire in my life, I can leave some insurance for my kids to set that goal as well. And I guarantee I'm not leaving no 100,000 for my family. What I'll do if I can get more, I'm gonna get more. 100,000 ain't gonna probably do nothing but pay my house off. Then what? You know, and you getting the life insurance young, you don't gotta worry about all that. But my thing is like focus on what you want for your family. Even if you're single, what are you gonna give to your nieces and nephews? I told this. I need to go ahead and get off because Gold P about to come on. But I'm in with this. Like I said before, I had a policy when I was younger, before I had kids, before I got married. My friend had his child like a little bit after high school. I put his son on my policy because from the point being, I could have gave it to my nieces and nephews, my little cousins, stuff like that. But well, not my niece and nephew, but my little cousins, 'cause that's all I had at the time. But they weren't shit. They didn't even respect their dad. I'm not giving my money. That's like my kids. I'm not gonna give my money to my kids and they don't respect me, and I know they're not gonna do well with the money. Because I'm training them up right now. My older son, me and him have these talks. He's talking to me about generational wealth, how he will handle money, how he's gonna do certain things in the process on building generational wealth for him and the family. You know, so he's good right now. He has that understanding. My two younger kids, I'm teaching them that. My oldest daughter, she has that understanding. She has her own business. You know, and to be honest, I don't even think she's gonna have kids, and I'm fine with that. That's her decision. But the point of it is, I told her she's still gonna need to make money. You know, so being honest, get it together. And shout out to everybody, and gonna swing over to Gold P, Gold Professor, and like I always say, we gone.